Steph Curry from last night. Monica was there at the Garden. Wendy was there at the Garden. And most importantly, Steph was there at the Garden. He was 11-1 all-time at MSG. And how about him cutting early here, Monica?
I mean, the ball movement throughout this ball game and the way that this group is playing with Jimmy Butler, like, ooh, it's a thing.
Here's ball movement. Show me this.
He was telling somebody, don't talk to me. Whoever was talking to him, stop it.
Curry, all smiles. Spike trying to get into it. How about this? How about Wendy? How about a little mid-range game for Steph in the third?
So his movement with and without the ball is elite. Everybody talks about his great shooting. His movement off the ball and with the ball is at the top of the list.
He had 14 in the third.
What I'm talking about. Movement off the ball.
That was crazy.
There he is in the fourth. That's literally only a good shot for him in the history of the sport. Now we got a little defense. We're turning it into offense. Steph then saying, night-night.
Happy to throw the ball.
That was it.
Night-night to the Knicks, 28 points plus 7 boards, 9 assists. Warriors win 114-102. And with the win, the Warriors elevate themselves out of the play-in for the moment into the 6th seed. Our analytics give them a 62% chance to finish above the play-in. Remember, the Lakers were the 7 seed on January 14th. Now they're the 2 seed. The Butler bump, as our friend Alan likes to call it, has moved the Warriors up, and we're to where they may get. So, Wendy, you were making a point this morning. We could be setting up for an epic month of May.
So look, I spent some time last week in LA with the Lakers. I spent some time yesterday with the Warriors here in New York. And I'm hearing the same things from both of them. They're both talking with this incredible excitement about how their teams are morphing. And I'm watching how Steph has been totally animated. He's like second league in scoring in the last month based on playing with Jimmy Butler. Look at LeBron playing with Luka. Player of the month, okay? The Warriors, I know Draymond said it. He wasn't messing around. I'm not sure I agree with him. They're going to win the title. There's a reason. They're changing the way they play because of Jimmy Butler. Like Steve Kerr was saying this last night. For a decade, Steph and Draymond make terrible turnovers. It's like their bad habit. Jimmy doesn't. Jimmy takes care of the ball. So guess what? Now Steph and Draymond are starting to take care of the ball. Jimmy defends. Now Steph and Draymond, the rest of the team, are starting to defend better. They are feeling good about themselves. They play over there in Brooklyn on Thursday. Then they play 7 in a row at home. They are positioned to go shooting up the stats. The team in front of them, the Rockets, are coming backwards. They're looking, I mean, I know there's teams right behind them. They're looking ahead of them. And right now, they're on the same side of the bracket as the Lakers. That's a potential second-round matchup. Both of them feel good about themselves. Untouchable to 50-win teams already in Cleveland and Oklahoma City. And I have not even mentioned the fact that the Celtics are probably my favorite to repeat. We're headed for a potentially amazing spring. And anybody who says that there's something wrong with the NBA or they don't like what's going on, you're not paying attention. Because what we've got right now is potentially a historic and incredibly interesting spring playoff.
That's what you call a mic drop, Greeny.
Right.
That is.
But let's focus. I agree with what you're saying, but let's focus for a minute here on the Warriors.
Okay.
I think that the LeBron Luka of it all has sort of taken a little bit of the attention away from just how well the Warriors have been playing since they made their trade, right? I mean, Jimmy Butler isn't the name that Luka is in this moment, and they're not playing in Los Angeles and all the rest of that. But the Warriors have been pretty much unbeatable with the two of them in the line. They lost that ridiculous game Saturday night to the Sixers, but Jimmy didn't play. When he's on the floor, what is this? You just saw him up close last night. What are they capable of?
You know, there's an energy there that is undeniable, and I think similar to what Luka is experiencing, having LeBron James now as a running mate. Jimmy has always been the centerpiece. Playoff Jimmy has had to put the team on his shoulders and make it happen. And if you're going to get playoff Jimmy in the last 28 games after All-Star break, the timing is perfect. But he now has the opportunity to operate with more space, more room. He's the guy getting to the free throw line, courtesy of the way that the Warriors already play. Throughout the year, earlier in the season, I had a bunch of Warriors games, and one of the things was getting that group to play with the confidence of the early season stretch when they jumped out to like 12-3 or whatever crazy thing it was. That confidence has kind of returned, and I've had at least 5 Warrior games earlier in the season, and I think that is the through line. And obviously, you got Draymond and Steph, who are the vets, but getting the rest of those guys to play with that kind of confidence, like that supporting cast, there's more there than maybe we thought.
Stephen A. was also in here, made the point the other day that Butler, because Jimmy Butler draws fouls about as effectively as anybody, that the unintended consequence of that is that Steph gets a little rest too. At his age, with as much, running around as he does all the time, it gives him a little breather every now and again on the floor. Sort of an interesting little point.
And I think the way Steph plays helps Jimmy.
That's 100.
Like, it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Jimmy, talking about listening to Jimmy the way he's talking about it, it's lifting up his game. Really, the trade deadline, these two things happening and animating these two teams is really one of the more fascinating things we've seen happen mid-season in the NBA, really in the last decade.
It really is. Here we are. It is a fascinating morning in 2014 as we are talking about LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant starring for the NBA. We got our Wednesday that. Going back to the Warriors a moment here. You suggested some question. If I told you right now, either the Warriors or the Lakers are going to wind up the last team standing with OKC in the West, which one would you say it's going to be? Which one do you have more confidence in? The Butler Warriors or the Luka Lakers?
I think I got to go Lakers. I think I got to go Lakers on that one. I just think the size and the dimension that LeBron James adds, the size of Luka Doncic. Now, this is not to take anything away from Steph's incredible shooting, but when I look at that group, the potential defensively to hold, I think I'm a little bit more optimistic on. The versatility defensively as well, I'm a little bit more optimistic on. And I think that supporting cast to me has got a little bit more juice.
What do you think?
I think the Luka LeBron ceiling may be a little bit higher than the Warriors have, but I'm going to say this. The Warriors are defending. Even last night, I know Karl Towns was not playing. The Warriors are defending, and remember, Jonathan Kuminga is still out there. They are going to get an influx of talent. I'm not saying he's going to carry them to the finals, but they still have a piece that they don't have that they've got.
Does that piece work well with Butler, though?
Let's see.
Okay, all right.
I'm looking at the screen there, and the very specific question that's on the screen. Do we expect to see that series? I mean, everything is so fluid in the Western standings.
Right now, without knowing what our BPI is projecting, I think it's reasonable that they could be on the same side, whether it's Lakers in 2 or 3 or the Warriors in 6. Right now, I know that there's teams on the Warriors' heels. I think they're holding off the 6 seed day by day. The Rockets in front of them at 5 are struggling. They have injuries and they're coming backwards. They've picked up 2 games of the Rockets in the last 2 days. If I am the Warriors, I'm eyeing to see if I can get the 5th seed because I want to maybe see Oklahoma City as opposed to seeing potentially have to beat Oklahoma City and the Lakers, or Oklahoma City and the Lakers or Nuggets. I'm trying to see if I can get into that 5. And there's bad blood between the Grizzlies
for sure.
and the Warriors. That's a potentially spicy first-round series. Rockets could get some guys back and hold them off, but just keep an eye on that.
It's going to be a very interesting stretch run here, and it is shaping up, as we discussed earlier, for a really, really good postseason. So.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.